Hey.
First question right there.
Brother, how you doing, man? I am so happy for you, especially being able to follow you through this journey. Two questions. Number one, how was the drive here? Because there was snow following you coming up here. And you know why I'm asking that. And two, how does it feel, man, getting these two awards, especially the songwriter one? We talked about this, and that's important.
Yeah. You know what? Well, the drive was much better than the prairies when we got caught in the snowstorm, because I finished touring. I was opening for Allison Russell last night. We finished 5 weeks across the country. So still got a bit of tour brain, I guess. But you know what? Songwriter, I looked around and I saw plenty of great songwriters that I know, and some of them I've written songs with. And it's a great feeling to be recognized by your peers. I used to look at these kind of award ceremonies as this weird kind of competition, I think, and I think the more I'm in the space and the more I see that it's a recognition of your peers, them seeing you. It's humbling, as we talked about. It's humbling.
Entertainment Media, RudyBlairMedia.com.
Oh, hi, Rudy.
Here. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I am good.
One of my first interviewers.
And we had a deep conversation, which was why Legacy Awards.
Yes.
And you were honored there.
I was. Shout out to Legacy Awards.
I want to ask, how did it feel because we had a deep conversation several years ago at Canadian Music Week, and I remember some of the things that you were talking about and what you wanted to achieve and where you wanted to go. Legacy Awards, you're honored there today with nominations and being honored again in such an amazing way. I mean, to be on that stage is an honor. What do you think it was when they said no, you said yes? What did you do to make sure that yes became reality?
Whoa. Y'all trying to make the people cry today? Is it rude that I'm not looking? Sorry, I'm looking whoever asked the question. I don't know. I've always been really relentless, and I've always only focused on plan A. Everybody else was like, don't you have a plan B? Don't you want to go to college? Nothing wrong with college, but no, girl, I'm going to make it in what I want to make it in. And I knew if I focused on anything else that would take me away. And it just feels really good to be in a space and time right now where I am being recognized for my hard work. Did I answer your question?
You always answer it, right?
Okay, fire.
Feist, Rudy Blair Entertainment Media. Good seeing you again. First, I have to say congratulations on this win, but I'm sorry. Every time I see you, I will always think about the performance that you did at the Junos. And it was with somebody who had passed away, and you sang with his group. And it was if you remember.
Are you trying to say Leonard Cohen tribute?
No, I'm talking about Tragically Hip.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Yeah, and it was probably one of the best performances I've ever seen on television. Can you talk about that experience and what that was like? Because the nation was still hurting from losing one of the best singer-songwriters of all time.
I mean, absolutely. I felt the same way. And the strange and wonderful thing that made me especially blown away when they called was that in 1999, for their Phantom Power tour, I was in a band called By Divine Right. I was the rhythm guitar player, backup singer, and we got to open for the Hip for maybe 4 months across Canada. I was kind of cut my teeth at 22 years old, playing in arenas opening for the Hip. And so they were strangely in my very DNA, as my career kept shifting on its axis and more things became familiar as what I had experienced with the Hip, in a very vague way. They always were sort of like the paradigm for me, the goal of how to conduct yourself with real grace and honor and kindness and consideration of the larger community. That's how they had treated me as a 22-year-old. So to get the call way many years later, and Gord had been a really humble mentor. He never really liked to take that mantle on, but he definitely had been that for me in a meaningful way. So when they called. It was just a pretty remarkable moment for me, for sure. Very, very difficult and in fact impossible to even try to step anywhere near Gord. But the guys asked, and so I was glad to be there.